guys? My name's Anna, and this reaction comes from videogamedunkey. This is the future of AAA, and for those of you who don't know, AAA games, just in general, are just like the major companies, or Ubisoft, Rockstar, places like that. So it makes me very curious to see where things are going to go with indie games being on the rise, and there just being so many of them out there. And then you have the rising cost in all of these AAA titles, and, you know, because there's always going to be more consoles coming out, right? Because I'm a huge gamer, right? I got my PS5 controller here. I got my Switch. I don't have the latest Xbox, but considering all the games that are on all these consoles, I never really saw a need to buy one myself. So I'm very curious to see what his thoughts are, very curious to see what he has to say, and this should be very, very interesting. But before we get into it, though, please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, videogamedunkey's link if you haven't already. It's a great way to support him, and a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video and click all those buttons down there, because I would like to see future reactions that I do, but also helps my channel to grow. And without any further ado, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about videogamedunkey's videos about video games universe phase 18. Today I'm breaking down my entire plan for next year's videos. I want to be completely transparent with you guys next year. No surprises. I want no twists, no curveballs, no saying this is Black Myth Wukong and then playing the far superior Black Ops 6.
Black Ops 6!
I have seen the future of AAA gaming, and it is mostly games where you hit people with a sword, and Nintendo Switch 2.
I got huge leaks and huge news on Nintendo Switch 2.
Trust me, bros.
And it is supposed to release in late 2022, early 2023.
Ask and you shall receive. Nobody asked me to play Soul Edge for PS1, but that is what you will receive anyway, is the first video in January, because I like Soul Calibur.
Just like how we saw Monsters Inc. for both the PS1 and PS2.
Then we're going to be wrapping things up for the big January reveal of the Switch 2.
Nintendo has already started preparing the mass production for the next-gen Switch, which will be launched in 2021. So, yeah, just a few months, essentially.
All of this stuff that went around in December was just wrong.
I've heard from very trusted sources that Switch 2 is going to be revealed in January, from big time, like the guy on Reddit said it.
The guy on Reddit verified Reddit mod, which...
So the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks have gotten pretty insane, and...
they actually have the Y and X buttons reversed from how Nintendo has them.
Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be a PlayStation 2 level event in gaming. The second this thing gets announced, I am throwing my PS5 Pro directly out the window.
Oh!
Is this Nintendo Switch 2?
Yes.
Over on Twitter, there was
very clearly the virtual boy, but go on.
That proves everything. The launch lineup for this thing is going to be pure insanity. New Elden Ring, that's a day one launch title. Witcher 4, that's a day one launch title with 4 times as many bugs as Cyberpunk.
There's a
4 times
third-party support in the pipeline.
Get ready to play modern AAA offerings on your Nintendo Switch system.
And a lot of...
Yeah, because that's totally worked out for them up to this point.
Different games from major studios are essentially just sitting and waiting to port their games to the next generation Nintendo console.
So there you have it. Bloodborne is a day one launch title for Switch 2. It's going to be 60 FPS, 5K.
And here is the logo. It's essentially Nintendo Switch with the Switch logo, but there's a 2 next to the
You don't
logo.
say!
Which confirms everything that I've been saying. Everything about Switch 2 is going to be 2 themed. Mario Odyssey 2, that's coming day one. Pikmin 4 2, that's day one. F-Zero, no, F1. But wait, there's more. Donkey Kong's Big Banana Extravaganza, an all-new 3D Donkey Kong platformer made by the Mario Odyssey team. They made 2 games, and they're both coming out day one. That's been confirmed.
Lots of
So
day
I'll put
ones.
those images up on screen for you guys right now.
That's the wheel from Mario Kart 9. That's day one confirmed.
There was a person on Reddit who...
When a person on Reddit said it, it's gotta be true.
Yeah, totally! Believe everything that you read on Reddit. All the leaks, all everything. Yeah, Reddit's totally a trusted source for news.
Either all this is right, or it's gonna be like 1-2 Switch and Funky Barn.
Probably that. That's probably more realistic.
January 17th, we're playing Dynasty Warriors Origins. You play as a woman hitting people with a sword, which is what I love so much about video games. Finally, we're going to learn the origins of Dynasty Warriors, and did you know that the first one was actually a one-on-one fighting game, just like Soul Edge? January 23rd, of course, we're going to be playing Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles Remastered. This game came from a different era in gaming where every game wasn't sword fighting. Only some of them were. Very brave of George to do this back then today. January 28th, of course, we're going to be playing Eternal Strands. This is the second Strand type game where you are a woman hitting a tree with a sword. I love all the games that this reminds me of, so let's all play Eternal Strands on the beach with Norman.
All right.
February 4th, of course, we're going to be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Of course we are.
Like Skyrim, where you're hitting everybody with a sword.
I've seen this game.
Dragons are flying everywhere. Dragon Age didn't have any dragons in the part I played, so February 14th, of course, we got to be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Hell yeah.
A woman hitting people with a ninja sword. I'm really going to be focusing on the quality of the shadows in this game and, you know, how they stack up to the shadows from Shadow Generations. February 18th, of course, I'm going to have to be doing a video for Avowed. Definitely getting big Skyrim, hitting people with a sword type of vibes off this one. I love sword fighting to be in every game.
Yeah,
I
see that.
Skyrim, and it makes you wonder why they don't do a Skyrim 2, which is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 on day 1 confirmed. Then February 21st, of course, we have to do a video about Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
What the hell is that?
A Japanese gangster who becomes a pirate captain that can create clones of himself, and then he sails to Hawaii and teams up with a giant boxing monkey. It does have sword fighting, but I feel like it has too much stuff that isn't sword fighting for this game to be successful next year. February 28th, of course, we're going to have to play Monster Hunter Wilds. This is a very innovative game where you can choose to be a woman or a man and then hit monsters with a sword. I don't think they've done sword
you
fighting in
say?
the game for a while, so it's going to keep things pretty fresh like Skyrim. In March, we're definitely playing South of Midnight, where you play as a woman, you're hitting monsters
with a sword.
It's exactly the right kind of game.
I see the pattern.
Boom, we get Witcher 4. You're a woman hitting witches with a sword. But you gotta use the golden sword for aquatic monsters, I believe. Onimusha, I love it. We're hitting with a sword. Ninjas are involved. The guy from Onimusha 3 is involved.
Listen, he's talking about a whole bunch of sword play with a whole bunch of different games. I'm in on that. That's one of those types of games that's right up my alley.
Ghost of Yoti.
Well, the style of games
looks phenomenal. We're doing ninjas for a change and hitting with a
sword.
Like Skyrim. Then I'm gonna play Skyrim for the first time. I've never played it yet. I've heard great things. To me, it sounds a lot like Skyrim. Then Fable is coming out. You're the woman from Fable 3 with a sword. Hitting people with it. It's what we love to see. Then we got Black Myth Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers from the Butt of a Swan. It's a woman-based game with swords like Bloodborne and Sekiro. Kind of got that ninja flavoring to it.
Sure, that actually looks pretty cool.
Phantom Blade Zero. You are a woman ninja hitting people with a
sword.
Project the Perceiver. Now this looks really interesting. You play as a woman ninja with a sword. You're hitting people with the damn thing. It's such an original premise. Where winds meet, you're a man ninja. Yeah.
Year of women with swords.
People with a sword like Onimusha. And then I'm thinking we're going to close out this year strong with Intergalactic. Ooh. This is the new game from Naughty Dog, which is one of the best studios. We're talking Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, Last of Us. I swear, every time Naughty Dog steps up to the plate, they hit a home run. But for some reason, I started getting this bad feeling when I was watching this trailer. You know, we have a woman character.
Sure.
Okay. Probably a ninja, but why are we in a spaceship talking to people like Starfield? And I started thinking, I don't know, man.
Where's the sword?
Maybe gamers were right. Maybe Naughty Dog is losing that magic touch.
Maybe.
But then she pulls
out a sword!
Skyrim sword!
Oh my god, the sword! Oh my god, so many swords! Oh my god, and of course I love the jab at the people on Reddit talking about the Switch 2 and how often they've been talking about it and blah 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 and just everyone buying into it, and then we get his version of like all the games that he's going to be playing this year, women with swords, or just swords in general because he really loves swords, and apparently there's a whole bunch of games coming out next year with a whole bunch of swords in it. I am here for it. I am very, very excited to see some of these games in action. Certainly him playing some of these, and then of course all the older games that he mentioned as well. He always has a lot of fun with it, which always comes across in each and every one of his videos. But that will do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about the future of AAA? Well, the future of his channel. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Check out all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Luchador, Cruising, Wolverine310, Kester Cronich, Raymond Bright, Joshy, Chris Curtis, Am Perry, Foss Coffany, Misa, Misa2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Flea Street Fight Cub, Sophie the Sunset Girl, Arrow Hamster, Inca Linquist, Thomas Shawanowit, Carter Resnick, MB Cardall, Chris, and Rachel. And if you two like to have a shout out and in each and every one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/Reactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.